Cause I don't really care anymore, cause motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid, certified nurses, assistant. Until you don't get a bitch, cause when the bomb is say, motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid, certified nurses, assistant. Until you don't get a bitch, cause when the bomb is say, empty colostomies or ileostomies. That's a mega super holes about 1,000 cc's. That's milliliters, regular mathematics. Some CNAs deal with detox and drug addicts. Some alcoholics, some crackheads try to break their legs and lose to get high on this. I've been struggled a couple times and punched in the nose. They're bitten and shitting on and they call me bro. I also empty catheters full of urine. That's a tube that goes your peel and bladder just deep within. Fuck, that would suck to have a tube up my dick. With a tube the size of an inch thick. But shit, it's cool, I got plenty more. Some issues with me needs more than food in a grocery store. You with a bitch, cause I ain't gonna sell it. And you know I do cocksucker, cause motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid, certified nurses, assistant. Until you forget a bitch, cause when the bomb is say, motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid, certified nurses, assistant. Do you forget a bitch, cause when the bomb is say,
What's up? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to PSA from a CNA. I am your host with the most, the blessed and highly favorite Franko the Pen. Thank you for spending just a little bit, a small smidgen, just the tiniest bit of your Wednesday evening with your boy. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to our first and last time listeners. Shout out to everybody who is on their way to second shift. I mean, on the way to. Shout out to everybody who was getting off a second shift. That's what I meant to say. Wow. Shout out to everybody who was getting off a second shift, either right now or in a few hours. Shout out to everybody who was on their way to third shift. Like the motto says. Okay, thank you. Like the motto says of this podcast, we appreciate you because I'm not going to be the one to do it. So how is everybody doing on this fine Thursday evening? Whoever's sending me a request to go live with me, type in the comments yes, and I will see if we can go live together. Otherwise, I'll just take it as a mistake. John, what's up, John? Hey, Franko, been crazy this week. Lots of discharges, and then because it's a hospital, lots of admissions. So, open door policy. I'm like, dude, you work in a hospital. What did you? Come on, you know, a hospital is a revolving door. Hey, when it comes to hospitals, I always say, at least. If you can get them walking out, then if you can get them walking out the front door, then it's a success. Because a lot of people get strolled in through the front door and then they leave through the back mortuary. So anybody who comes in through the front door and leaves through the front door is a win in my book. Maybe I'm just morbid. Who knows? Is that morbid? I feel like it's not. I feel like it's like optimistic. Really? But it do got like some morbid tendencies. But if you go in through the hospital doors, you want to then leave through those hospital doors after being like seen, and they tell you like, hey, we fixed you you can go now. I mean, leaving that way is better than leaving through the back door. Which door? Which way? The march? No, the people who died leave through the back, right? The back or the side, wherever the door is. Seems like it. How is everybody doing on this fine Tuesday? I say Tuesday. It's fine Wednesday evening. Seems like it. ICU, PCU is quite the learning environment. If you like being challenged, it's the environment for you. Being challenged how? It depends on how I'm being challenged. Sometimes I like to be challenged. Sometimes I don't want to be challenged. I just want to come in here, do my thing, and go on about my business without having to go through a whole lot of hectic bullshit. Now, sometimes I be bored, and sometimes I don't mind. I don't mind a challenge here or there, a witty resident or a troublesome resident at that. But sometimes you just want to come in, do your thing, have everything go off without a hitch, and then, you know what I'm saying, you just go on about your business. That's what you wish for every time you go through the doors every day. Is it gonna be that way sometimes you forced to sometimes you are forced to be challenged or think of witty ways to deal with the situation, even when you don't want to. And them be the most frustrating times. I already don't feel like doing this or being here, and now I have to problem solve while I'm here instead of doing like my regular thing. Now I'm irritated on top of having to problem solve. So thank you for that probably needless situation. It can be a steady run for the first 5 hours, and before you know it, the clock says 1,000 p.m. I think he's saying 10 p.m. Okay. Unless hospitals on some time differentiation that I don't know about. Or some people actually do go by that. It's 1200 o'clock or something like, I don't know. Military time. I don't, because that shit is dumb to me. But whatever. Whatever floats your boat or find your lost remote. I think the other day was a full moon, so I'm glad to see most of y'all made it out safe and sound. A lot of y'all ripped y'all scrubs. A lot of y'all walked out with doo-doo on the bottom of your shoe. And I want you to know your hard work did not go unnoticed. At least by your fellow coworkers. Management never notices your hard work. Except for, well, let's see. I won't say management doesn't notice your hard work. I will say management doesn't acknowledge your hard work. I won't even say that. I will say management notices your hard work. Sometimes management even acknowledges your hard work. What I will say is that management then does not does not reward your hard work correctly. There we go. That makes sense. That's where it's at. Management does not reward your hard work correctly. You know how you be feeling like, yeah, I did this and that. So I should be like, I did this and I did that, and I do this and I do this and I do that better than anybody else, and I work overtime, and then I should, you know what I'm saying? I should be getting this and that, right? And then management will just give you like a $25 gift card. Like, no. Can we just all agree as a world of nursing assistants, we don't want stuff. We want money. We will forever want money. That's all we want. And I am talking to anybody who works. If anybody in administration can hear the sound of my voice at this very moment, if you are ever thinking of how to reward your workers for working hard, just know that we as people do not want stuff. We don't want tangible things that we can hold in our hand. What we want is an increased number in our bank account, courtesy of the job that we are working. We don't want your pencils. We don't want your pens. We don't want your notepads. We don't want your fucking stickers or pins that you strap to your chest or whatever the fuck. We don't want food or drink or candy or none of that other stuff. We don't want none of it. Take that money that you was gonna spend on all that shit and put it towards an extra $1 in our pay. Do you know how happy I've seen people who work in the same field as me ecstatic that their paycheck went up one whole $1. You would have thought that $1 was a $25 raise, the way I've seen people get excited about that $1. I don't know what that says about us. I mean, I know what it says, but it just seems sad. Like, shit, have like, we've been working down bad for so long that a simple 100 pennies an hour, an extra 100 pennies an hour, is like just a gift from the gods. And it's just like, I don't know what to say. I probably saw like 3 comments today where people were saying like they found after like years, and it usually take years. After like years, they finally got a raise of a whole $1. And some people was real fancy about it. They shit went up a whole $1.25. That extra quarter was They was already spending that money in their head, boy. And I was like, man, we are down bad. I hear my social media is filled with like people who my social media is like filled with people who like push papers and shit. And I can't really be mad at it because this is the career I chose, and that's the career they chose. And I hear about them getting like the bonuses and raises and shit, and it'd be like substantial. And then I read comments from like people who I work with, and they be just so happy over $1. And I'd be like, man, I should have went to college and just been in debt like everybody else for the rest of my life. At least I'll be making more money, but I'll be paying it towards that debt. So, yeah. I think that's the one thing that's keeping me from like going back to college. Even though I'm pretty sure like if I went to like community college, it wouldn't like be that bad. But every time I think about going to college, I'll be like, ugh. Every time I think about going back to college, I see like really stop. Okay, stop touching the computer. Stop it. Every time I think about like going back to college or going back to school, like I think about no, either you ever be thinking about doing something and then something on the computer that on that exact subject will come up. Like I'll be thinking about going back to school to like get my associate's degree or something like that. And then some it never fails. Some status or post will come up on my timeline from somebody who I know, or just it would just be like somebody like, man, my first year of college, I was like $100,000 in debt already. And don't get me started on people who went to medical school or went to like a medical college or something. Like $100,000 is light debt. Some people got debt they're gonna be paying off for the rest of their life. That's why people so hung up on Obama, like forgiving college debt, so they won't have to pay that shit. Yeah, a lot. I think for the most part, I am debt free. And I like that feeling. I like the feeling of like not owing anybody. The downside of that is that I work every day. And one day I'm just gonna I don't know. If just know if you hear about me like robbing a bank or something like that, is not true. I just happened to be there, and I don't know how that sack of money got in the back of my car. That's gonna be one of them times where I see one of them posts about somebody I went to high school with, and they like flying a plane or something like that. I had enough of this shit. I just walk in the bank and rob that bitch. I would never, never say never, because I feel like everybody can be pushed to do something. So let me not say never, but I'm not nowhere near being at the point where I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, bank robbery now. Just Hey, but what up, Joey, baby? What's good? You're procrastinating and discouraging yourself. I know I am. If I wasn't, Jesus Christ. Oh shit, that just caught me completely off guard. Joey. Oh fuck, that shit caught me completely off guard. Joey. Oh man, do you know how close I've been to making the OnlyFans? Joey, I will call you. We can hook this up. We can make this happen. All right. You want to be my co-star, Joey? We could put some of these females on Twitter to shame. You hear me? I do my onlines in my own time. Ain't it a college ain't that like the slogan of a college or something? Get your degree in your own time. What is that, like ICDC or some shit like that? What is that? What college is that? Can't remember. I feel like that's the slogan of some college. It should be the slogan of all online colleges, but it's the specific slogan of one of these colleges. College isn't for everybody though. I was turned off of college early, like when I was still in high school. They did the worst thing that I feel like no school should do this. And it's the reason that I was turned off of college from the beginning and ended up going to Job Corps. My senior year of high school, when I'm deciding whether I want to go to college or not, they had some seniors who had graduated a year prior. They had them come back and like explain their experiences and stuff already. And all of them just said off the rip, like, I'm already like several $100,000s in debt. Just off, like every one of them off the rip, just, and I was just like, what the fuck are you saying to me right now? Mind you, I'm a kid who grew up poor and don't have that many scholarship options. And I have seen what debt does to people. And I want no parts of it. Even in high school, I knew being in debt was not somewhere that I wanted to be. And now you having people who I went to school with come back. They ain't been gone but a year. Come back and say that they already thousands of dollars, some hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt already. And they've been to school 1 year with 3 more years to go. So kiss all my ass. I will soak up all the free education I want to right now. Yeah, so they drove me into the Job Corps system, which LML. Okay, awesome. Let's do it. Joey trying to Joey trying to become one of the top 1% of OnlyFans. Look, I believe I have such a massive audience, and not massive, but I have a big enough audience to where really, if I started OnlyFans, I would do good at it. I already know like what to do and how to do it. If I started OnlyFans, but me and come on, I break Joey off a little bread for being my co-star, dude. We be killing it out here in these streets. Let me see. Many colleges are online now since COVID hit. A lot of people are. That was true. When COVID hit, a lot of people switched to online studies, but a lot of people trying to get, a lot of jobs are trying to get their people back into the offices. I don't know why, since COVID pretty much proved that they can do their job from home, but I guess they got to have a reason to justify owning all these buildings. Like the government has said they want those buildings filled back up with working people, showing the world that we could blah 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 this and blah 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 that. Basically trying to stunt when basically trying to stunt when you've already proven that we don't need to be here in order to get our work done. I don't need to sit here in this cubicle with all these fucking strangers when I could be at home in my drawers, getting my work done and being comfortable and more happy, really. COVID just proved that going into work is and has always been unnecessary. Unless you do what we do. We have to go into work because we work in hospitals and nursing homes and we have to touch these people physically. But if you like one of these paper pushers and people who can get their job done over the phone or whatever the fuck, then shit, hey, there's no need for you to be in an office except for the fact that the government said they want you back in the office so it'll look good to our neighboring countries. It's dumb. It's a waste. It's a waste. If companies really cared about their bottom dollar instead of looking good to other corporations and shit, they wouldn't even call you back into work. Think about how much money a company would save and would have more money to pay their employees if they just fucking did away with owning a big ass building and just have people work remotely from home. Yeah, do this, do that, email that shit in, and then, you know what I'm saying, buy a smaller office for meetings and for people who actually have to be in the office to do that shit. But if you don't, then fuck. Now I understand some people are extroverts and they crave that physical interaction with other humans. Or some people just want to leave their house so they could, you know what I'm saying? You can't cheat if you work. You can't cheat on your spouse if you working from home. That shit is crazy. It has been the summer of getting caught cheating and divorces, baby. Let's do it. But Joey, who is you talking to? Okay, I am bigger than you. I will suplex you, young lady. Whenever you think you can hurt me, just know I'll be hurting you. I can stay home with the kids and with my dogs. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. I keep seeing these TikToks where these robots with these robot beds and like robot they trying to get robots to come for our jobs. And I used to think like there's no way robots could take over doing the job of a nursing assistant. No way, ever. Until I started seeing some of these TikToks. Some of these TikToks with where the bed be rotating itself and the robot come the bed will turn the person into the robot arms, and then the robot arms will lift the person up and pick them up and put them in a chair and all this. I was okay. They're getting real close to replacing humans when it comes to this. They're getting real close to replacing humans when it comes to this nurse aid. They got a long way to go because they ain't got no robots who gonna be wiping butt or changing clothes or feeding people. They got some robots who can transfer a person, and even then, it transfers a resident, but it has to transfer. It has to transfer them only if they able to help out themselves. If it's like a resident who's a total robot ain't gonna handle that. So they got a long way to go, but they trying though. And I used to think like, yeah, my job is safe. They ain't gonna have a robot to they ain't gonna have a robot that can do what I do. Unless they come out with the robots that was in iRobot. Unless they come out with those boys, which what's that? Damn, what is his name? Elon Musk debuted a robot that looked strangely close to that shit. He really trying to kill us. But unless they come out with like the iRobot robots, then no, our jobs are safe. At least for the time being. Let's give it I said they about 30, 40 years before it becomes like a possible threat. Franko, some of these comments. Sorry, Cindy. Me and Joey be talking spicy to each other sometimes. But that's my baby. She already know how we do. Joey's supposed to be cooking me dinner, and then I'm supposed to be taking her down backwards one day. One of these days when we meet up, we gonna mess up some covers. Ain't that right, Joey? Be so glad when I graduate and making $100K a year. $100K a year. God damn, Betty. Can I be your assistant? Or are you gonna be an assistant? Did you know a assistant can have an assistant? That's some real like corporate boss shit. When your assistant has an assistant, dude, that's just some that's some corporate like big boss shit. And by then we may be gone. Pretty much. I can push a button and our ICU beds will move the person's position every 15 minutes. What kind of good ass futuristic beds y'all got in the ICU? Will change the position every 15 minutes. Also our beds have drive moves. Put it in drive mode, and the transport of patients is easy, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, y'all got some of them good ass beds. Look, I work in a place where if we lucky, we have the beds with the remote that lift it up and lift the head up and lift the feet up. If we lucky. Now, some of these people still got beds where you got to crank that boy. And do you know how defeating it is to hear like people like John have like these futuristic beds that they have for residents, and then I go into my job and some of my residents' rooms still have crank up beds. Some shit that should have been gone in the 90s is still here. Crank up beds. I be mad because when you do assisted living, like some of the residents be having like normal people beds, like a normal box spring, rail box spring mattress, like normal bed. But they require assistance. Like you need a bed that moves up and down. This regular people bed is gonna fuck up my back and fuck you up. So you need to. Oh man. And yeah, here go John with this futuristic bed and shit. Get on there, so I'm sure. I already have dinner ready. See, Joey, a woman after my own heart. I already got the dinner ready. See. I'll be at your table eating butt naked with my Crocs on. I'm ready. No, healthcare services. Oh, you about to be an administrator? Betty out here trying to be a DON, y'all. Betty out here becoming an enemy. I can't believe it. I feel betrayed deep down in my heart. How could you, Betty? I do not miss those beds. I wish I could miss those beds. 60,000 per bed. Whew, shit. Your hospital got money, okay? Where you work at? General Hospital? Sacred Heart? What? It has a CPT, chest percussive therapy, where it beats on the patient's back and it beats out the secretions and prevents Pinero fusions. God damn, that bed sound good. Y'all got some good ass beds in y'all hospital. If I ever get sick, take me to John's hospital, okay? He got some good ass beds in his hospital. Said don't tag him. John know better, Betty. He not you and old girl. And no Crocs, nothing on this taco night. First of all, I need my Crocs, okay? Sometimes when I'm hitting it from the, you know what I'm saying, my feet get a little bit slip. I need to have the Crocs on so I can have that leverage. So I ain't going nowhere. The pumps. You feel me? I need my Crocs. Our respiratory therapists love them. Shit, I bet they do. I bet you, nigga, with beds that cost $60,000 each, it shouldn't be a bed sore anywhere on anybody. Do you know how pissed off I would be if I paid for $60,000 beds and a bed sore ended up anywhere? I would no, never. I didn't do it. I just got punished for it. You was part of the problem, Betty. All right. You was part of the problem, and you got swept up in the solution. All right. Everybody must suffer. All right, look, y'all, I got to get up out of here. But look, if you haven't already, please like and follow this page so you can be notified of the next time I go live. But it'll be this Friday with a brand new episode of Bitchin' by the Bar. If you haven't already, please follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Franko the Pin. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at OMG Franko. But be warned, it gets a little X-rated up over there. If you're vaccinated, stay carded up. And if you're not, stay texted. Stay about 8 feet away from me because this monkeypox thing is still going around. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys next Wednesday with a brand new episode of PSA from a CNA. I love you guys. Stay safe. Shout out to everybody who is now officially working third shift. Good luck, and I will see you guys next time.